Howdy y'all, this is the Losman, and I'm here to give a quick little video review of the film The Perfection. Now, The Perfection is a Netflix film that was released in 2018 and is streaming now on Netflix, obviously. It is directed by Richard Shepard and stars Allison Williams and Logan Browning. Now, the film itself deals with a young woman who was a renowned cellist. She trained as a child at an exclusive conservatory, only to have to leave to care for her ailing mother. And after her mother passed away, she was able to get back in touch with her benefactors, and they invite her to China, where she meets the current protege of theirs named Liz. Now, it is apparent that Charlotte, the main character played by Allison Williams, missed out. She feels like she missed out on the opportunity for the fame and fortune that Liz has achieved. Now, both of them appear to be well trained cellists. I mean, probably among the best out there. And when the two of them do meet, they hit it off quite well. I mean, they really, they instead of there being any kind of rivalry between them. I mean, there's this mutual feeling between them, and obviously an attraction. I mean, these are both two very attractive ladies. Now they decide, after spending the weekend together, to take a trip into the Chinese countryside to, see the country, see what's going on. Now, when they're out there, Liz basically begins to get ill, and Allison suspects that maybe it might be this flu epidemic that's breaking out in China. They give her water, and it's not enough. She gives her some, ibuprofen to help her out, but it's not helping. And basically, Liz is freaking out. She's throwing up, and it's then that you, the viewer, begin to get freaked out because yeah, it gets it gets a little crazy from there, and over the next few minutes, the events of the film that occur will shape the rest of the film, which I'm not going to spoil. I will say this: Allison Williams and Logan Browning turn in an impressive performance as the young female cellists out to trying to be the best out there is out there. The dynamic between them is pretty great. I mean, they're well cast in in roles that really do show their range. Now, Allison Williams is known to many as the actress who played the girlfriend in Get Out, and she's also Brian Williams' daughter. Brian Williams, the MSNB television commentator, and Miss Williams is pretty much becoming quite the horror movie actress. I mean, I really do hope she continues to appear in horror films and terror films. I mean, she's very beautiful and a talented young actress. She used to be on the TV show Girls, so I mean, I've seen her work and I'm quite impressed. As for Logan Browning, I haven't really seen anything else that she's been in, but she does a great job in this movie. I mean, the moment you see her, you just fall in love with her. I mean, she's a young, beautiful lady, talented, and you really, you really root for her. I mean, because she's just a great person. Now, the other individual in the movie worth mentioning is Steven Weber, who plays the benefactor that they both perform under. He's like their teacher, their mentor, and basically the story obviously centers around the relationship that he shares with these two young girls. Now, I heard about this movie because a lot of people have been commenting about how this is one of the grossest movies that they've seen. Hard to say because there are some moments in the movie that are pretty gross. I mean, the movie does incorporate a bit of body horror, and it does feature some twists in the story. So pay close to, pay attention to the plot. I mean, this is not something you can casually watch. It's best to watch the movie. Don't read any spoilers. Don't let your friends spoil it for you, because this is a pretty good movie. Is it gross? Well, yeah, there's some moments in the movie that are pretty gross that'll make you go, ugh, especially if you don't like bugs, or if you don't like, the kind of stuff you would see in Cabin Fever. Not that it's as gross as Cabin Fever, but you do see you do see a bit of yuckiness, as well as some body, some 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 body mutilations and stuff, or body horror is the actual term in the story. Now, other notes about this movie is that it is definitely one of the more unique films from Netflix. I know I watched Bird Box earlier this year, so The Perfection is a great companion film for Netflix to show off. I mean, it's a really good story, and it's definitely one that you want to go into cold because it is a creepy story and disturbing, and I can truthfully say that it's probably going to go on my disturbing movies list. I just need to figure out which category to put it under. So The Perfection, which is on Netflix, it's streaming now. I highly recommend it. I gave the film, I believe, 3.5 stars. Yes, 3.5 stars. So out of 5. So yeah, that's about a 7 on a no, yeah, no, it's about a 7 on the IMDb scale. So that's a pretty good score that I gave it. So definitely check it out, and I'll go ahead and close out.